Say hi. Hi. Hi, my name is Laura and welcome to Sunday Morning Knits. Welcome to Sunday Morning Knits. This is my channel where I talk about all the knitting things that I'm getting up to, sometimes spinning, very occasionally crochet as well. Today I have a very typical podcast episode coming to you where I'm going to talk about my finished objects, my works in progress, and any acquisitions that I have made. I surprisingly have, pardon me, I surprisingly have quite a few finished objects. My goal for January was to finish up as many of the whips that I could that I had brought into 2025 from 2024. So I have a surprising number of whips. Surprising number of finished objects, which is very exciting. And then a lot of progress on some whips that I brought into 2025. Yeah, and I'm very excited to share them. So, are there any things I have to mention? I don't think so. My Something New Spin Along has ended. Congratulations to the winner, Beth. I announced that on my Instagram yesterday, so if you're interested, you can go see that on my Instagram. But that is officially over, so thank you for everyone who participated. I had a lot of fun doing it. Okay, let's jump into finished objects. So my first finished object you would have seen partially finished last week. Those would be my Christmas socks. I'm gonna hold them over here. So these are my Christmas socks. I used a West Yorkshire Spinners self-striping sock set in the colorway Holly Berry. I did the cuffs and the heels and the toes in Cascade Heritage cream. I couldn't remember if it was cream or white. It was definitely cream. And I did this as peasant heels. So I knit the color changing yarn in a tube so that there wouldn't be like a different kind of stripe pattern heel. And I put in some waste yarn while I was knitting where I wanted my heel to start and continue knitting in a tube. And I added the heels after. So for the most part, I'm very happy with these socks. The only thing is I made the foot a little bit too long, but I think that's gonna be fine because the West Yorkshire Spinners yarn is a non-superwash BFL, and so it's gonna felt a little bit, and there's no nylon in it, I think. So when it felts, it's gonna shrink a little bit. So I think that's perfectly fine. I really like them. I think they're so cute and Christmassy. I'm sad that I didn't have them done in time for Christmas. I tried, but I had some Christmas gift knitting I needed to do, so whoops, as I dropped them. I'm glad they're done now, and they will be in rotation for Christmas this year. I'm very excited. I'll do a little close-up so you can see it a little bit better. Oh, gotta hide my face. I love it. I think it's so cute. Okay. My other whip that I finished that I brought with me from 2024 were my August book club sock sets from the Paisley Knits Yarn Club Book Club for 2025. So this is August's colorway. The colors are lemon and the love that, oh no, I don't remember. And I don't think I have the tag anymore. No, I don't have the tag. The Love That Lasts or something like that? I can't remember. But this colorway was inspired by the book The 7-Year Slip. I didn't use a pattern. I just made this up as I went. So I have ribbing all the way down the leg of the foot. I did a contrast cast on. No ribbing on the bottom of the foot. And then just some cute stripes at the toe. This is unblocked, so that's why it's a little bit lumpy still. There we go. Just some cute little stripes around the toe. So yeah, now I have finally both of these. I'm slowly working my way through all of the Paisley Knit sock sets. I have done half of them. So I've done January and February, which were A Court of Mist and Fury and Percy Jackson. I did March, which was red, white, and royal blue. Although I only have one because I used that as a sample. I used that for a sample. Maeve, don't eat my pizza. My cat tried to eat my pizza. Okay, anyway, I look over and she's like on the counter, which she's not allowed to be, licking my pizza. Cats. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes, I only have one of March, which is red, white, and royal blue because I used it to make a sample of my Cassandra socks. I do intend to finish the other one, but there's just so many socks I want to knit. And I knit so many pairs of the Cassandra socks that I don't want to knit another one, but I should do that. It's casted on and everything. I just have to get around to doing it. So yeah, I did that one. I'm currently knitting up April's, so you'll see that in the works in progress. May was, oh, Song of Achilles. I have also knit that one up, but I can't show you that one because that one's a surprise. Oh, June is Beach Read. I haven't done that one yet. July was Malibu Rising. I have also knit that one. Can't show you because that's a secret pattern that's coming out. This is August, and I haven't done any of the other months. So I'm getting there slowly but surely. Which is really exciting. It means that I'm behind on my yarn club for this year. Sorry, my boyfriend just closed the door. It means I'm behind on my yarn club for this year. I'm doing the Sunday Fibre Co. sock set yarn club, the Beatles inspired one. So I haven't done Octopus's Garden, which is January, but I did Cake Up Strawberry Fields Forever, which is the February one, and swatched for something that I'll show you. Actually, I guess I can show you right now. I have historically just detested baubles. I think they're awful. But I was so inspired last night by this little like lace heart pattern with like baubles down the side. So I realized because I'm holding the baubles, you can't really see them. Ah! No, don't want to see my face. Yeah, so that might become a sock set or a sock pattern shortly, because it's just so cute. I have to. So yeah, working my way through my Paisley Knits yarn club. It's going really well. I think that's it I had for that sock. Do I have any other finished objects? I feel like there was one other thing that I finished. Maybe not. I think that might be it. So let's talk about works in progress. So like I said, casted on the April sock set from Paisley Knits Book Club Year of Books, which was a book I haven't read, Normal People by Sally Fields? I don't know if that's right. Normal People. And I've just done the cuff. So I've casted on the cuff here. I'm done the cuff now. This is 2 inches. And starting the body of the sock, but I like to have a really plain sock that I can work on like in lectures and stuff like that. So that's what this is going to become, and I'll hopefully work on it over the next 2 weeks. There may be another finished sock at some point. I mean, there definitely will be, but I mean some point in the next 2 weeks. So yeah, worked on that. I also cast on a second secret sock that you will see coming out fairly soon. My second one, because I only knit the first one, which is very exciting. I hope you enjoy it. I love this pattern so much. So keep your eyes peeled because there's going to be a pattern release. 2 pattern releases this month. So I'm so excited. I hope you like them just as much as I do. But anyway, I digress. Other works in progress. I finally have put some work into my Doppio sweater. Ta-da! if you've been following along for a while, you know that I casted this on in like September. I joined a whole bunch of lovely knitters, Marlene from Marlene Knits, Casey from Young Folk Knits, Emily, Curtis, Maya, a whole bunch of other people, to knit Doppios and watch Gilmore Girls in September, which was amazing. And I finished my Gilmore Girls rewatch, but not my actual Doppio sweater. So I finished the body, which is lovely, and now I'm working on the sleeve. It's pulling on the hanger, unfortunately, quite a bit. As you can see, I have not yet put on the collar. I might actually do that before doing the other sleeve, because Sleeve Island is a thing. And yeah, I'm really loving it. It's really soft. I'm using 2 strands of Sunday Fibre Co. Kindred Fingering in the colorway Sea Salt, I believe. It was January's color from the archive last year. And I'm holding that together with 1 strand of white Surrey alpaca. So I'm getting this really beautiful kind of bluey green marl with that white, and it's just the softest thing ever. I'm so excited to have this as a sweater that I can wear, because I'm never going to take it off. It's just the warmest thing I've ever seen. I am omitting the faux seams on my Doppio. The pattern does call for faux seams, but I didn't want to do that. But otherwise, that's the only modification that I've made. I'm worried that it's going to be a little bit too short. Like, I'm worried it's going to be really, really cropped, and I might have to like unpick the binding, which I don't want to do. So we'll see. I guess we'll see when I'm done. Hopefully I'll be done in the next 2 weeks. I really want to finish this to have it off my needles so that I can work on other things. But I really love it. I think it's an absolutely fantastic pattern if you're looking for a fantastic stash buster, a very quick sweater because it's knit at a bulky gauge. Like, it's just amazing. Highly, 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 highly recommend the Doppio. So yeah, that is my Doppio sweater. I really, truly can't wait to be done this. It's just literally the softest thing I have ever knit. Oh, but it's gonna be cropped, so it's actually gonna go really well over like dresses and skirts, which is all I wear. I'm no longer worried about it being too short. I also want to show off the fact that I have little chickens as my needle stoppers, which I think are the cutest things ever. Yeah, those are my chickens. And that's my Doppio. Okay. Oh, the next one I put a ton of work into this right after I filmed my last podcast, and I'm going to just pop it on a hanger. And then I haven't touched it since because it was a lot of work. And I was like, I need a break. And that is my Ingrid sweater. So this is a pattern by Petite Knits. Everybody and their mother has made this pattern or is making this pattern at the moment. Myself included. And I finished the body. So I did make an adjustment. And I ran this by my boyfriend because I was like, I don't know how I feel about this, but I did all of the 2x2 ribbing, as you can see down here. And then I did the body ribbing, which is 1x1. Oh, gotta cover my face. And I cut the body ribbing in half. Or sorry, not the body ribbing. Yeah, the like 1x1 end of the body ribbing. I cut it in half because I felt like the like super long 2x2 ribbing and then super long body ribbing just looked disproportionate, if that makes sense. I have to sneeze. Yeah, so I felt that it looked a little bit disproportionate, so I shortened it by half, and then I did my Italian bind off. I'm loving this project. The only thing that I am a little bit upset about is the fact that there's some really serious, you can tell where I like changed skeins down here, really serious pooling. That's because I'm using hand-dyed yarn and the skeins were quite inconsistent. Some of them had a lot of like orange and red variation, and some of them were like 100% solid red. So I tried really hard to fade the skeins and like pick skeins and like order the skeins in a way that I thought like they would fade really nicely. But alas, it didn't work down here at the bottom. So you can kind of see, but it's the bottom of the sweater. I don't think anybody's gonna crap on me for that. I really do love the yarn. I think it's beautiful. I'm using the colorway is Beetroot by Lichen and Lace. This is their worsted base. Now I am knitting a size smaller than I would normally. I'm knitting a 2X. Normally I knit a 3X. And I am doing that because this is superwash yarn. And I don't normally knit with superwash yarn, but when I do, I have learned that it stretches like there's no tomorrow. So I'm knitting a size smaller than I normally would and expecting that it's going to stretch out a ton. I've actually already noticed that it has, just like from the weight of the body, like the body is so heavy that it is already stretching out up top here. I don't leave it on a hanger. It's never on a hanger unless I'm showing it off for the podcast. But yeah, already stretched out a ton, so I think I made the right decision. But yeah, I'm very excited to have this too. This is definitely my magnum opus. All of the texture has just been so much work, but it's so beautiful and so worth it. And I think it's just going to be absolutely stunning on. I can't wait. But at the same time, I did so much work on this and so much texture that I started the sleeve. You can see I have my needles. I think I did 1 row and then was like, I need plain stockinette. Hence why I put so much work into my Doppio. So this will hopefully get finished fairly soon. This is another whip that I started in 2024 and want to finish in early 2025 so that I can start a whole swatch of new projects for 2025. But very excited. Can't wait to finish it. Can't wait to see what it looks like blocked, because I haven't blocked it yet. So it's kind of looking funny with like the ribbing cinching it in and stuff, but pardon me, I have the hiccups. Or maybe just the one hiccup. So yeah, very excited. I love this yarn. I love this colorway. I think this is just gonna be the most beautiful sweater I've ever knit. And I can't wait. Yeah. Okay, slipping that back into its project bag that's hanging on the wall. I have a third sweater to show you. Oh, I have another project that I just absolutely forgot to grab. I'll grab that now. Okay, sorry, back to the third sweater. This was a surprise cast on. I was not planning to knit this, but my lovely friends from those Twins Who Knit, Jessica and Rachel, posted that they were doing a Stornoway Sweater knit along with Casey from Young Folk Knits, and I was like, oh, well, I obviously have to join. So I've cast it on my Stornoway. Now, I did most of this knitting in like 3 days, 4 days after I filmed the last podcast, and I actually haven't touched it since. Just because I've been working on my Doppio. But I have started my Stornoway. So this is Malabrigo worsted. I can't believe I forgot the name. I was talking about it last night. Malabrigo worsted in the colorways cream, and this is olive. You can't really tell in the light right now, but it's a beautiful dark green. I'm knitting the size, I don't remember what size I'm knitting. I can't remember. But as you can see, I have joined in the body under the arms now, so I'm done. I'm just working on the body. It's all like scrunched up just because of the texture, but like when it blocks out, it'll look a little bit more like this. And I love it. I think the textured stripes are just the coolest things ever. Like, look at that texture. Is that not stunning? And I got to take some yarn out of stash. So I had all of the beautiful olive yarn in stash. I picked it up last Christmas when I went to Asheville, North Carolina to visit my partner and his family for Christmas. And so I ordered the cream to go with it and was able to get that beautiful olive yarn out of stash, which makes me super happy. Now the only thing I'm kind of regretting is that this yarn is so soft. So I think it's gonna pill like crazy. It's also a single ply, so it's gonna pill like crazy, which is kind of sad. I've never actually knit with this yarn before, so I don't know how it wears long term, but I know that's what's gonna happen in the short term. And I'm loving the sweater so much that I want it to like last forever, you know? But the yarn is beautiful. It's so soft, which I love. And I'm just gonna have to take like extra fantastic, amazing care of it so that it lasts me for a long time. This knit along is going until the middle of March, so I highly recommend you join if you're interested. The hashtag is the Stornoway Sweater Squad, but Rachel and Jessica have both posted about it, so has Casey. And I just think it's so much fun. The sweater knit up so fast. It's worsted weight yarn. I realized that all of the sweaters that I'm currently knitting use worsted weight yarn. Or the ones that I put work into this week are all worsted weight yarn, and that's very odd for me. Normally I knit like DK or fingering weight sweaters. Strange. Anyway, knitting up so fast, and I love it. I think it's so cute. I think it's gonna be so cute on. Like, look at this. It's just gonna be, I'm gonna look so Irish. It's gonna be lovely. My family, my ancestors are Irish, so I get told that I look very Irish a lot. Anyway, ta-da! My Stornoway. I love it so much. I wish I had more to say, but I haven't really put much work into it in the last couple days. So in the last like 2 weeks, I haven't actually put that much work into it. So yeah, that's what I got for now. I'll definitely be done, I think, by the deadline. Not that, like, they were very clear that you don't have to be done by the deadline in order to participate. But I kind of want to be. Wear my cute little Stornoway in March. Which probably won't happen because I live in Los Angeles. And it's currently like the coldest period right now. So I'm wearing wool sweaters right now, but it's not gonna last much longer. That's fine though. It's still nice to have it. Okay, the next whip that I have is also completely useless in Los Angeles, but I had to cast it on. I'm sure that you've seen on Instagram and everybody's podcast, everybody's knitting a hood right now, so I casted one on. I am using the colorway Lucky Charms by Emma's Yarn in, I think it's the sock base. I can't remember what it's called. And I'm holding it with one strand of Knitting for Olive soft silk mohair in the colorway Cloud. Cloud is my favorite. Oh, sorry. Oh no, what have I done? Cloud is my favorite because it is a pink leaning cream. So if I find that a cream base is a little bit too yellow, I knit that base with a little bit of Cloud and it balances it out perfectly. So I'm knitting the Alex Hood by Pernille Larsen for Knitting for Olive. I absolutely love it so far. I think it's so cute, and I think it's just gonna give like the happiest, most colorful pop to like a dreary winter outfit, because like my winter clothes are all like black, gray, and I just think this is gonna be so cute. It's like adorable. So I'm almost done the like scarf part. I think I have just a little bit of like pattern left to go, and then I can start the one side of the hood. I'm very excited. I've been working on this in class. I knit during my lectures because if I don't, I'm gonna do something else like shop online and not pay attention. But if I'm knitting, I will pay attention. So I'm working on this in class. I think it's so cute. One of the other things that's really fun, sorry, this is a side tangent, about knitting in lectures is that you discover all the other people who are like closet knitters who are too afraid to do it in public. A lot of people I think are afraid to knit in public, especially like of my generation, because they're worried that like they're gonna look like a grandma or something. I don't know. That's my guess. But the more that I knit in public, the more that I knit in lectures, the more I have like professors coming up to me and being like, I knit too, that's so cool to see that you do that. Or like students. I've had a whole bunch of students come up to me, my own students, who are like, I saw you knitting in lecture, and like they come up to me after I'm done teaching. So basically I teach my own sections and then we all attend a lecture taught by the professor. So I knit in the professor's lecture and then teach my own lecture. So after I'm done teaching, the students come up to me and they're like, I saw you knitting in lecture, like I'm a knitter too, I love the pattern that you're making, or like, did you knit your sweater? I did. If I'm wearing a sweater, I probably knit it. I had one student come up to me and ask me to teach her how to knit, and I was like, absolutely, I can do that. So I really love that. I love maybe hopefully giving the students that I'm trying to teach linguistics to a little bit more confidence to knit, either in public or just at home. It makes me really happy. Knitting is just the best, so yeah, that's really fun. And I'm working on a little Alex hood. I'm so excited. This is not going to be useful like at all in Los Angeles, but oh well. I'll eventually live in a colder climate. Definitely can't live in the heat for the rest of my life. Partially because I hate it, partially because it triggers my nervous system disorder, which is not a fun time at all. So I'll live in a colder climate someday and I'll be able to wear this. I'm very excited. What have I done? Oh, I accidentally ripped out some stitches, because that's what happens sometimes when you're too excited and you yank your project out of the project bag. Okay. So yeah, Emma's Yarn, knitting for Olive, Alex hood, and I think it's just so cute. Yeah. Okay. Oh, the other work in progress that I have is a spinning work in progress. Oh, I'm sorry, my chair is making like squeaking noises. So I am just finishing up a Christmas spin that I started back in December. This is created by LCB, Christmas time on Rambouillet. Rambouillet is my favorite fiber ever. Oh my gosh. It is just so bouncy and so soft and so squishy. It's just magical. So I'm doing a 3-ply. It is my very first fractal spin. I am actually using this as, or not using this as, this was my, oh come on, there we go. This was my entry into my own spin along, the Something New spin along. I've never done a fractal spin before. So what I did for this one is I split the braid into 3 lengthwise, and then one of them I kept lengthwise, the other one I split into 3 equal parts, and then the third one I split into 6 equal parts, and I spun them all that way. I can't remember which one this was. I think this was the 3 equal parts bobbin, because I think the 6 equal parts is sitting on my bookshelf. Anyway, because I'm doing a 3-ply, I actually had to order another bobbin for my spinning wheel because it only came with 3. So I now have 4 bobbins for my spinning wheel, which is really lovely because I love to do 3-plies. And I'm really excited. I'm almost done spinning the last bobbin for this. Almost done. I'm about halfway through spinning for that one. And I'm very excited. I can't wait to have it. I don't think I'm going to knit it until December though, because it's very Christmassy. But I was trying very hard to finish it in January so that I could move on to something new in February, something not Christmas themed, because I am no longer in the Christmas mood. But alas, I didn't finish that. Today's February 2nd. Hopefully I'll finish it this week. And then I can move on to my next spin, which I will show you and talk about in the acquisition section. And I think we can start that right now because I don't have any other works in progress to share. So the next thing I want to do is I was chatting with my friend Bridget of BZB Knits, and she has a beautiful scarf in testing right now called the Abby scarf. And we were chatting and I was like, I love it so much. I can't test it because I have my own design that's going into testing and desperately have to, you know, work on that, finish that. Bridget is also my tech editor for that pattern. So it's very understanding, especially because, oh my God, so much work has gone into tech editing this pattern. Bridget, if you're watching this, I love you. You have been so kind and so patient with me. You are just the best tech editor in the world. Because it's my first garment pattern. And so there was a lot of work that needed to happen. Bless your soul, Bridget. Anyway, Bridget's Abbey scarf is in testing, and I was like, I adore that. And I had just seen this beautiful fiber on Etsy that I was like, I can't justify buying this because I don't have a project for it. And then I saw Bridget's scarf. So, ta-da! I ordered fiber from Fat Cat Knits, hand painted tops and bats. And I'm just obsessed. So I have all of these colors. Starting off with the darkest, this is, so it's all Targy and it's all 4 ounces. This is the colorway Sea Cave. And then we have Dead Sea. I think this one might be my favorite. And then Pebble. And then Dried Sage. And then Gin and Tonic. Now for this pattern, I only need 4 colors, not 5. So I couldn't decide when I was checking out from Fat Cat which of the 4 I wanted, so I got them all. And my plan is to spin them all and then decide, because I'm thinking of doing these 4. Oh, it's hard to hold these. Thinking of doing these 4 because I like that Gin and Tonic has some of the like greens that the darker ones have, but this one is also really pretty, and having more of like the blue from Pebble. I don't know, let me know what you think in the comments section. Whether you think I should go with Pebble, which is this one, or Gin and Tonic, which is this one, because I can't decide. I'm just gonna spin them up and then decide, I think, once they're spun. But if you have a color preference, let me know below, because I will take any and all advice that I possibly can. I'm very excited. The other acquisition that, is that a bug? No, we're good. I thought I saw a bug. We're good. The other acquisition that I have is something that I have been planning for months now. So about 6 months ago, I think, I got some beautiful BFL in the colorway Gormenghast from Crochet Co., which is a hand dyer out of New Brunswick in Canada. She makes the most beautiful, like moody, dark colors. I love them. And my plan was to make a no-frills sweater with 1 strand of mohair, but I couldn't find a mohair that I liked. None of the mohairs like captured how beautiful the Gormenghast colorway was. So I have been waiting very patiently for months for her to do another in-stock update with Surrey in the colorway Gormenghast, which I have now acquired. I just think it's the most beautiful color ever. Oops, don't want to see my face. And I think getting the Surrey will A, make me more likely to wear the sweater, because I prefer Surrey to mohair. I just think it's softer. I find mohair kind of itchy. And also still capture the beautiful, beautiful Gormenghast colorway. So my plan is to do a no-frills sweater, so 1 strand of fingering held with 1 strand of lace. But I also discovered that I have enough to do a Doppio sweater. So now I have to decide if I want to do a Doppio, like a really thick sweater, or a no-frills sweater, a really like thin and light sweater. If you have any suggestions, please pop them into the comments. I would love to know. I am making a no-frills sweater at the moment. If you remember, that's my jacaranda sweater. I haven't worked on it in a long time. That's the next thing I actually want to finish. so that I can start some new projects. So I'm gonna have one Doppio and one no-frill sweater. I love both patterns so much. One is just really thick and the other one is like nice and light and thin. I don't know what I want. So let me know if you have any suggestions in the comments. I'm kind of wondering if I should maybe do a Doppio because this is a very dark, moody colorway and I think would be best for like November, December, October, like dark wintry times. So maybe the Doppio would go better with that. I'm more likely to wear a really thick sweater during those months. I don't know. Pop your opinion into the comment. I would love to hear. My other acquisition is Strawberry Fields by Sunday Fibre Co., which is her February Sock Club colorway, but I'm not going to share that in case others have not yet received theirs. And I think that's everything I wanted to share with you today. So if you've made it this far, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos like this. I hope you have a lovely rest of your weekend and happy knitting. I'll see you again soon. Bye.